Hello everyone, and welcome back to Monsters of the Mind. As always, I'm your host, Mr.G. Today, we're talking about the biggest, baddest creature to ever exist in Greek mythology. A monster so fearsome that even the gods had trouble dealing with it. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, the one who can reach the stars and stretch his wings over the horizon, the father of all monsters, Typhon. Typhon has a debatable name meaning. Some say it means smoke, some say it means hurricane, and some say it means abyss. He was definitely an individual, and considering what he did, he was very obviously malevolent. He is currently located under Mount Etna, and he comes from Greek mythology. Typhon was described as being an absolutely giant being. He was described as having a head that reaches the stars and having a wingspan that stretches from east to west. In addition, he had tentacles for legs, was covered in snakes, and in some depictions, he had a head that looked like a skinned equine. Typhon was created by the primordial being of nature, Gaia, due to not being happy that the Titans were banished. She ended up getting impregnated by Tartarus, which led to the creation of Typhon. Before he set out to do his job, he ended up fathering a good chunk of Greek mythology's monsters, with the half-snake woman Echidna. When Typhon appeared before Olympus, he was so terrifying that almost every god ended up fleeing to Egypt, with only Zeus staying to fight. Although according to some sources, Hades ended up staying put in the underworld, and the trembling from the fight ended up freaking him out. Also, some other sources claim that the moon titaness Selene stayed and tried to fight, but got injured, which is why the moon is said to have craters. As for the fight itself, I've never been good at explaining fight scenes, so here's my local sports announcer, Bobby B. Thompson's son, here to explain the fight to you. It was a tough day over at Mount Olympus. Zeus was on the left, Typhon was on the right. They both come crashing at each other. And then Typhon's like, rah, rah, rah. And then Zeus is like, oh no you don't. And they both started throwing things at each other. Rah, 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 rah. Zeus was throwing his lightning bolts right there. Bam, 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 bam. And the Typhon starts breathing fire at him. Rah, rah, rah. But Zeus isn't scared. He keeps throwing those lightning bolts at him. But then Typhon gets the upper hand. Literally, he grabs Zeus and tears his arm off. Oh no, this looks bad for the Olympians. And even worse, he pulls out Zeus's string thingies. And then Zeus is left flatter than a pancake. Oh no, this is a bad day for the Olympians. Looks like it's a new era. Oh no, this is very bad. Oh, what's this? Over the horizon, here comes Apollo. He ends up rescuing Zeus's arm and his string thingies. And he restrings Zeus back up, and Zeus is back to his old self. And then to go into another clash. Pow, 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 pow. Left, right, up, down, left, right. But then Zeus pulls out the upper hand, and he picks up a mountain, and he chucks it at Typhon, burying that giant for years to come, never to be seen again. I'll see you guys next time when I report the humiliating loss of the local sports team to our rival sports team. Goodbye, America! Okay, so yeah, he got buried under a mountain, and apparently his breath still makes volcanoes, and the god of fortune Hephaestus decided to make that his workshop. The end. Now here's Vincent. I've never even seen Typhon, if I'm being honest, and quite frankly, I don't want to. If this guy can kick Zeus's butt in a fight, then what hope would I have? So, yeah, never seen him, and I never want to. Now let's look at the card. Oh, I love this design. This design just screams terrible monster. I want to give it a 10 out of 10 just for design alone, but this card also gets a 10 out of 10 because of how accurate it is. I can't actually find any errors here. Great design, great accuracy. Yeah, this card gets a 10 out of 10. Now you'd think that such a monster like this would appear in more media, but you'd be wrong, because I was only able to dig up 3 appearances. Now let's go through them. Oh, and by the way, only one of them is even something I would consider good. So, yeah, let's just get into them. Typhon was in God of War, except here he's just a generic titan with wind powers, with nothing even indicating that he's anything special. This one is especially stupid, because Typhon would have made for an awesome fight if he was mythologically accurate, but no, generic titan with wind powers. He was in the show Xeno Warrior Princess, or here he's just a stupid guy, I guess. I don't know what they're trying to do with him, really. The only thing he has in common with his mythological counterpart is that he's the father of most monsters. The most accurate portrayal I could find comes from Disney's Hercules, the animated series. And that is really sad, that the most mythologically accurate thing comes from anything relating to Disney's Hercules. He wasn't even in Dungeons & Dragons for some reason. Oh, that reminds me. I'm actually compiling a list of all the monsters in the series that haven't been in Dungeons & Dragons, and, yeah. I don't know why I decided to do this, I just am. So keep an eye out for this list because I don't know how big it's going to be when the series is done. That's all for this episode of Monsters of the Mind. Join me next time when I take a look at the bird that brought the weather. Bye!